Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are talking about the 11 parts basically. 11 parts basically of the earth, sorry, of the earth planet, which is earthquake equal to incidence. In this basically we are talking about one topic, that is the World Trade Center basically. The FBI group basically, they were not able to track one simple thing basically, that was somebody has told the United States of American police that basically something basically is happening wrong basically in your country basically, so please track that basically. And one of the person told that, is the police also involved in this basically, that is FBI group basically. Then the one person told that that is not possible, yeah, basically. How basically FBI will kill the USA citizenship basically. And basically who knows that basically that was a USA group only basically, or it might be possible that other countries also basically might be getting in, or basically USA also basically, that also need to check basically. So how basically the software gets overwritten basically, and even the USA is telling basically that we are the number one software companies, sorry, we are basically leading the entire world basically. Then this type of thing basically is happening basically, and that is 100% sure basically. World Trade Center was not planned basically. I am 100% telling you, World Trade Center was not planned. That was basically the Himalaya and Mount Everest only basically, that by mistake moved to the, not by mistake basically, somebody has moved that, somebody might have hijacked that plane basically, which was moving to the Mount Everest. Somebody might have tracked that basically, because I will tell you how basically he might have tracked also basically. In this world basically lots of developer basically are there basically, right? They basically develop the software. For example, they develop the software of banking system basically, but they keep the data to their private database also basically. Then he told the data. So whatever things basically happens, transaction happens, activity happens, he also gets the information. He is basically expert in that basically. Nobody in this world basically might be knowing that software also basically. Up to that level basically he might be experts, but he don't know basically what are the activities happening. But sometime basically he might be checking that basically. That same way basically somebody might have developed that basically, and he might have dumped that data into his software also, or basically in database also. That way basically he might have tracked that basically, that planes are basically moving to the Himalaya and Mount Everest. So from that tracking basically he might be thinking basically, Himalaya and Mount Everest basically, why, where is that basically, basically he might not be knowing that basically. Then he might be moved from the satellite groups, or basically he might be tracked basically, or he basically might be taken the inquiry from the Indian group basically, and somebody might have given the inquiry, somebody might have given the information also. Then basically might be possible he might have verified that, lots of things basically might have that, he might have sent their people also, and they basically never came down basically to the earth. They basically disappeared in the Himalaya and Mount Everest basically. So like this basically he might have tracked 100%, I am telling you basically, because 100% I am telling you basically. So like this basically he told that basically, let me basically tell this to you, because if he might be telling this to FBI basically, then the other group basically might be tracking him also basically, because lots of mafia groups are also basically connected with Asian country. Then into the yes, yeah, basically Asian country, lots of mafias are basically connected. Then he told that basically, if I will inform them basically, might possible that few Indian police group also basically might be there in USA, that is in FBI, might be possible basically. So he basically can't inform directly basically, let basically he do some plan so he might be done some plan basically, that let's basically planes basically hijacked, and let's the plane basically get crash. Then basically the plane got crash in the World Trade Center, and into the lots of basically area basically the plane got crashed. From that basically he might have thought that basically FBI groups are very intelligent, but they basically become fool basically, or basically might be possible that some FBI group basically might be connected with that Himalaya and Mount Everest incident, and they might be getting lots of money also basically, because without money they are not going to do this. This is one possibility, and another possibility is they might be fooled basically. FBI group. Sorry, they might be getting fooled basically by the software industry basically. That is the who created this software basically. He basically might be doing the hijacking and dumping the data science project. They see basically this is the live data. When the plane get crash, then basically he connects again the live data basically. That time basically might be possible that basically the land of the Asia basically might be getting divided. That's why lots of people says that basically this might be tracked by the Indian group, the American group. That's why lots of satellite basically, which are basically connected with the American, they basically started handled by the Asian group basically. So American group and Asian group basically divided their satellites. Mostly this is the reason basically why lots of people basically might have came back to India also basically. That type of possibilities are basically there. Then he told that basically might be possible basically. So one of the person told that basically FBI group basically say that basically FBI group basically are the number one. They killed Laden also basically. That also basically might be story basically. Then one of the person told that basically who is handling the news channel here basically. Then he told that basically need to track basically. Because news channel basically changed the entire direction basically. News channel changed the entire direction basically. This was actually the Mount Everest and Himalaya basically, but they converted into Laden attack. So who basically created the scene in front of the world basically? That is the news channel basically. They created the scene basically. And display part is who is handling the display part? Then one of the person told that is basically handled by the Bollywood and Hollywood group basically. Then one of the person told that who is handling that time basically in 2001 basically, who was handling the USA display part? That is the Hollywood group basically. They might not be exist also basically. I am 100% telling you. Somebody might have killed that particular group only basically, who was basically handling the display part of the USA basically. Hollywood group basically. And connected Bollywood group basically. Because if somebody can change the entire satellites basically, divide the satellite from USA to India basically, to Asia country basically, that means somebody might have tracked this basically. USA basically might be tracked basically. That something basically wrong is happening basically. Or basically might possible that basically they might not have tracked basically. If they might have tracked basically, then basically World Trade Center might not be happening basically. And this 100 plane crash basically might not be happening. Might not be basically happening. So one of the person told that basically. FBI basically doesn't look fool basically, but they basically somebody actually made them fool basically. That is also possible basically. Somebody might have made them fool basically. Because the big incidents basically, from that also basically they were not able to track that basically. That from the things basically is happening, then basically how they will be tracking the big things basically. That is this human need creation basically. So next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about the USA groups. And the USA group basically, somebody is telling that basically see basically how we are handling the United States of America. That is also basically possible. See how basically they are handling the USA basically, that is United States of America. That is also possibilities are basically there.